This talk focuses on the typical core engineering positions available in the marketplace and a very brief introduction about the non-core opportunities available too. It outlines various competencies needed for different types of positions in a typical industry. It limelights all the prerequisites, topics, subjects, skills, and gaps in the syllabus that have to be filled to be industry ready. We are all successful because he is there to see all our struggles and obstacles behind our success and has never hesitated to come to our rescue. He is none other than Dr. C. Chandrasekhar Sir, HOD, Department of ECE, SVEC, Tirupati. I request Sir to speak a few words and add colors to the event. Sir, please.
Respected today's resource person and Patient Officer, Dr. Mahesh Sir, and here in charges Padrima Madam, and my dear students. Good afternoon on the dot. And at the outset, I think Jayaraman Sir for accepting our invitation for giving this wonderful topic is going to be required for our EC students for emerging technology, which is going to be known first thing, and then what is the industrial needs, and then how core jobs has to be enhancing their skills in core related jobs. I request all the students actually because I am just more input from alumni, just which is already for passed out students. I'm just getting feedbacks from that, and they were getting jobs in very good companies like in software companies, but they are not happy. It is going to be they're feeling like they are getting money, but they're getting helpless job and everything. But problem is there they cannot get satisfied in their jobs. They requested that if you get good in core jobs, and if you get very satisfied, something like that. They'll still taking inputs from me. They're going to taking gate exams, and then they're applying for jobs and something like that. They're going to get it. And all of you take these inputs from sir, and you can able to interact with sir and get benefited from all of you, and you can able to enhance your skills in core jobs. Okay, thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, Ananda.
Thank you, sir. Quickly moving on to the next part, the most awaited part, I would like to present the prominent and inspiring profile of Professor K. Jayaraman, sir. Professor K. Jayaraman received his master's degree in telecommunication and electronics in 1969 from BITS Pilani and is currently rendering his services as Director of Industry Academia Relationship, United Electronics, Bengaluru. Also, Director, ICET Pedagogy Systems Architect and ICET Alchemist, Bengaluru, India. He rendered his services as Divisional Manager for Design, Radar Development, Testing and Ground Support in Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, ISRO, for nearly a decade. Professor K. Jayaraman was also CEO of Kaushik Electro Technologies and KJ Nanosoft Technologies, Bengaluru, and worked as adjunct professor in School of ECE in Reva University, Bengaluru, Anna University, Tiruchi region, VIT Vellore, NIT Nagaland, and adjunct faculty, BITS Pilani. Professor K. Jayaraman has 50 plus years of experience in R&D, marketing, customer support, technology, manpower and product development, brand building for professional companies. Sir has architected and provided learn by doing practices, lab for learning advanced technology topics, and has guided and monitored graduate and postgraduate students for their academic projects and conducted competency development programs in more than 750 institutions and has been supporting institutions to bridge the gap between the institution and the industry. I would also like to mention that he has delivered technology webinars and workshops for the academic community during the COVID-19 pandemic too. Professor K. Jayaraman is also a proud recipient of 21st Century Millennium Award for Outstanding Achievement in Chosen Field of Activity by International Institute of Education and Management. All in all, Professor K. Jayaraman is an academician working in industry and industrialist working for academia. It is a privilege to have you here to guide us, sir. With utmost respect, I request Professor K. Jayaraman, sir, to take the event forward. Sir, please.
Thank you so much, Sai. Thank you so much, Chandrasekhar sir, Mahesh, and of course, Kalpalada Reddy Garu, for giving me this opportunity to conduct this webinar with you. This is one of the most interesting talk I used to give it actually. It is never 1 hour, it is more than 5 hours actually in various workshops I used to conduct in person. Of course, in webinar, it cannot be more than 1 hour, okay? So I am going to restrict whatever is possible actually. What is basically required is IT industry, IT jobs, it's not very difficult to get it and most of you have got it, okay? And they are very comfortable, as Professor was saying actually, that some people are unhappy, but still money is dabbu undi kada. That's the only thing which you are looking for, and that will be available, okay? And if you really look at it actually, let me open this one actually. Is my slide visible to you all? Sai, can you tell me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Visible, sir.
Thank you so much. Okay, I'll make it as a screen. Okay, the days are excellent now. Actually, it is core engineering which is really taking a thrust, and I am happy. I am doing this for the last 20 years. Probably I have made a small impact in some of the institutions because the type of money, what you can get in an IT industry is little difficult in the initial days or the formant years, as we call, in a core engineering industry. Actually, I used to say, all of you are electronics people, I used to say that core engineering is like a diode curve, okay? It takes some time to start giving the current. Once it gives, it slowly increases and it goes up to the avalanche, okay, up to avalanche. But the, what is it called? The IT industry is like a transistor. It immediately gives you, but every time you want a growth, you have to increase the base current. And base current increasing means either you have to get another diploma or certification or something like that, or you have to update whether you want to do post-graduation in MBA or anything like that, you have to do it. And it's going to be really difficult. That means one IB base current, you will get a decent salary, probably 30,000 or probably 40,000 also. But 40,000 to 50,000, if you want to go, you have to struggle. But in a core engineering industry, it's very difficult to get even 10,000. I'm talking about a person like me. Okay, 10,000 in the initial days, and slowly it will increase. But once you get into the avalanche, few lakhs is a very common thing because you really gain growth by your experience and expertise and exposure. It's not actually the number of years you have served. It's an experience, expertise, and exposure. Okay, and that is how I am still in demand. I am 75-year-old, and I'll continue to talk about this for many more years. And the type of technologies I have gone through in my life, I started with the vacuum tube, moved over to bipolar junction transistors, BJT as we call, then slowly moved into junction field effect transistors, then moved on to MOSFET, then moved on to what is known as actually small scale integrated circuit, large scale integrated, so very large, etc., then went on to get into SOC. Today we are all talking very casually about SOC, and it has gone all through evolution, and I am very proud. At least I knew what was happening because I was associated with the growth. So with that as the background, and second, why I am talking this actually is another thing. Right from 1969, I post-graduated from BITS Pilani, 70 onwards, I am only doing mentoring of the students, particularly the fresh graduates in Indian space research or in my own company or anything. Today, actually, I have traveled to more than 180 institutions like Amrita, Reva, etc. I have taught in so many places, actually, that's a different issue. I used to conduct what is known as mock interview. That is for the core engineering, the expertise required is something different from the IT industry. IT industry, if you can talk good English and if you can really look very decent and, you know, a small level of what is known as actually the programming and programming concepts, you can get a job. It's not very difficult. And particularly if your grade is good, like CGPA of 8 or 8.5 or 9, I don't think you will have really a problem in getting a job in an IT industry. In core engineering industry, we don't really look too much on the CGPA. We look at what he knows, and we are only bothered about that, what he knows. Even if he is a 5 GPA, I will take him if he knows something. Okay, and what is that something is what I am going to reveal you in this particular 1 hour, very short duration to cover what I can deliver. But let us start with something. Okay, this is my this one actually, enhancing employability in core engineering industry. That means what? Today, many of the students, if I do a first level interview, they will not be eligible or they will not be employable in core engineering industry at all, because the way in which they have studied is really different from what we are looking for in a core engineering industry. Okay, and unless otherwise the management and the faculty and the department, the practical labs and the students join together cooperatively, try and develop the employability skills or competency as we call, and it's very difficult to enhance them. That is actually the first warning I am giving you. So here, look at it. Do engineering. This is the first thing which we will say. Then evolving technologies. Look at it. And closed loop teaching learning process. This is what is the basic thing which I will mainly make the Indian Bharat, make the Bharat. Okay, and do engineering and evolving technologies. Then you basically should know what is engineering, what is technology. Why this fellow is talking differently. Whether I am a B.Tech or a BE, I will have the same syllabus and I will go through the same examination and go to. Of course, in COVID, you can pass the examination even without attending the exam or without the institution conducting the exam based on some guess of marks. Really speaking, it's not, according to me, it's not logical. And whenever I recruit, even today I recruit people for some of the companies, I first ask them, are you a COVID graduate or non-COVID graduate? Okay. And once he says he's a COVID graduate, I ask him a very simple question and let him off, because he's not employable. Okay. If he doesn't go through a regular university examination and get good grades, what I can get out of him, it's very difficult. Okay. He has not been a tried, tested material for any job. So COVID pass, don't come anywhere near me. If you are a regular pass, even if you have a lower number of lower CGPA, I don't mind. I'll get you a good job. Okay, this is what it is. Okay, now this is actually Sadhguru. This is very, very beautiful statement, particularly good for people like us. Okay, in life there are infinite number of doors. Today, if somebody says he is not employed as an engineer in this country, there is something wrong with him, because the opportunities are galore. It's great. Okay. And it's a question of only trying to look at it. If you are looking for a job only in Tirupati or something like that, probably you have to go to Amar Raja batteries or something like that and then stay there. But if you're ready to fly out and go wherever you like or wherever the job is, there is infinite opportunity, infinite number of opportunities. Now, how does he say that? If you are diligent, you will open some other. What is diligent? I have given the meaning or the dictionary meaning of diligent. Steady and earnest apply. If you are regularly going through the course and attending all the labs and conducting all the exercises or experiments that are given, and then you can do it. Okay. Then next one, you will get some opportunities. If you are brilliant, suppose you are going really outstanding and then try to say, yeah, I will do it. Then you will have more opportunities. Now you come to the third one. If you are vibrant, vibrant means you are vibrating at the same way the industry is moving. Today, people are talking about electric motors, then you should be in that business. If you are talking about IoT, you should be in that business. If you are talking about artificial intelligence, you should know something about that. If you are ready to do that, actually, and being vibrant with the things which are happening all over the world, you don't have to bother. They will search you and then take you. This is what it is. And there are some people whom I have taken, they never wanted to work with me. I go run behind them and then take them and try to get them. They are all even now she is in say Germany or someplace, and she is doing exceedingly well. Regularly she talks and that type of. I have taken Amrita from Amrita. She was a 9 CGPA. She got a job in National Instrument. She left it and joined me. I am very happy that I had a person like that. Okay, and like that I must have done about at least 100 people into their growth. Okay, and now this is what it is. This is about me. What Sai told is what she has read it. Actually, I am telling you by myself. I am doing mainly transform engineering degree holders into engineers. Okay, I will define what is engineers means. Okay, I will not tell you that engineers mean just a degree. It's a simple degree certificate, one piece of paper. Okay, today actually, if you can go around the place, actually, particularly in Delhi and all, you can get any degree of any university at any particular place, and there's no problem. Engineers are engineers. Now, I want to do that actually, to shift teaching paradigm to learning paradigm. It's one of the most difficult things which I have done it, because in our days, that is, I am talking about somewhere near 1960s and 70s or even 80s, we didn't have a Google as a great source, okay, as a great source. And so we had to study books. And today, if I ask a question, the fellow click it and he gets an answer on the Google without any difficulty, okay? And now that is not acceptable to me, because Google gives one of the opinions of one of the people who have written that. But learning paradigm is, you don't learn the paradigm, you only know the definition, okay? I'm going to talk about the learning paradigm, which is a very difficult one. From teaching paradigm, please understand, your professors were graduated some time back. They study and they try to do something new, but still they are short, okay? Because they don't have industrial exposure, etc. So what is the basic thing? They will tell you this is what you have to study. These are all the topics. These are all the probably these books. You should be in a position to learn. That is actually what we are telling the student. Teacher should only show you or give you the pointer. It's very difficult for him to be a great person in every subject that comes on the horizon. Very difficult. Reduce the technology gap. This is what I am trying actually. The reduce the technology gap. The Sai was talking about 8086. I don't know why we are still teaching 8086. 8086, 8085 is all gone. Even in Intel, it is not available. Why we are using it? We should leapfrog and go further. So, where will you use 8086 today? So, a person who tells the 8086 or teaches it, I don't say teaching 86 is wrong. No. You have a syllabus, so you have to teach. There's no second opinion about the teacher. But what is the problem? 8086 is not used. So what should I use, sir? That's what you will ask. When you come to an industry like ours, okay, and what is that we are expecting actually? We give you a microprocessor, microcontroller, what we are using. That's all. We cannot possibly use what you have studied. So you should be in your building. This is what I expect in your students actually, in your student. We expect the students to migrate to that particular microprocessor, microcontroller within 72 hours. That means the knowledge of the computer architecture, CPU architecture is more prominent than 8086. 8086 is one avatar of the CPU, one avatar of CPU. Today it's not there. We cannot afford all those maximum mode, minimum mode, all those things we cannot afford. I think sizes are reducing. We cannot afford 16 or 32 address line, data lines on the chip. It's not available. We want actually microprocessor, microcontroller to be self-contained. It's a system on chip or the CPU on a chip. So it's very difficult to do that. That is what is the basic thing. This is a gap. This gap, we try to reduce it. We try to tell them, this is actually the CPU architecture. It has got a CISC, it has got a RISC, it has got a VLIW, it has got various types of things, okay? And now what is that we are supposed to do? These are all the microcontroller lab or microcontroller boards I have got. And once I have these microcontroller boards, You are supposed to write a program and run on all the three and then tell how the CPU architecture is different in of them and what parts of that architecture or the structure. There is a difference between structure and architecture itself. Structure is different, and what is that particular thing which you need for making it? Take that and put it in a PGA and build your own processor, I say, your own controller. No more off-the-shelf controller as used. People like Intel have moved out of the controller market. They take actually the ARM soft core and try to build a controller, say 100, say 1100 or anything like that. So it's not no more. The controller is a standalone product. It has got everything. It has got A to D converter. It has got wireless communication. It has everything inside that. This is what more than 40 years I have served only in this area. Okay, and of course she said that actually United Electronics, etc. In all these places, we take only freshers. I'm telling you today, we take only freshers. And we pay very, very small salary only. If you are going to be bothered about, sir, that fellow is in TCS, is getting 30,000. After 2 years, you don't know what he will be. But I can tell you what you will be after 2 years in my company. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, and I have seen people and grown people. And I do a lot of pedagogy system. I have made the microcontroller laboratory. I made the IoT laboratory we have made. And we have installed it also in many of the places. That's a different issue. Okay, that's selling. I am not selling. I am more bothered about enhancing employability in core engineering industry. I am more or less hitting a very hard rock and I am not able to make any penetration into that. Hopefully, FE Engineering College is able to put some people in the core engineering industry. That's actually the one. Now, what I'm going to talk about? I'm going to talk about core engineering position. There are development person, there are a marketing person, there are some. What is that they should know? Suppose you are coming out of the institution, what job you should look? What job you should look? What area you should look? These are all what we are going to talk about. Core engineering and non-core engineering opportunity also I'll talk. Competency required. So this is actually this will be taken, this will be done, this will be done, and academic subject. This is actually I'm going to talk about in a very, very small thing because this is something which, according to me, most of the faculties will tell. I only talk about something actually. This is something which you have to study in a different way, I say. Okay, knowledge and skill. This is I'm going to talk about. When you are adding knowledge plus skill, that is competency. That is competency. And people are looking for competent engineers, not knowledgeable, not skill. They alone, it will have nothing. You have to be competent, okay? And gaps in the syllabus. This is what I'm going to address, and I want you to take care of it. I want the professors also look at it. This is actually, see, today, 5th semester or 6th semester or some place actually, and you will be taking some academic project. I will tell you what is the present myth with the students about the project. I will tell you also. I must have guided about 800 projects during the last 50 years. Okay. And I don't take more than 3 or 4. And I have guided them right from the beginning. I am not selling projects. I am guiding projects for the students to learn and implement. I will not sell. If people come and ask me, sir, what projects you have? I tell him I don't have any projects. Then they will be worried. Why should I join this fellow? Even writing the manual. You look at your own project report, I tell you it's not neither English correct nor technically correct, and it is all there. It's simply a few papers, probably few trees are cut to do that. Okay, few suggestions. This is my suggestion. Please understand, I don't advise, I suggest. Okay, that's all it is. So you should first know what is the trend in the industry. As I asked one person, see, there is a person who teaches you low power device. See, the person who is undergoing that course, I'm talking about the students, they have never measured the current of a typical processor or even an op-amp circuit in a laboratory. How can you teach them low power? because he has no concept of power. See, just as I asked some person, actually, they said milliamperes to microamperes or microamperes to milliamperes. Ye nahi chalega. This will not go. You have to know what is the power. Now, what is the thing is, now I want you to say, hey, reduce the power consumption. How do you do that? You have to reduce the power, and that is actually the performance should not be reduced. Oh, gosh. The performance and power consumption is contradictory, conflicting, okay, conflicting. That is, if you want the performance to be going up, your power consumption will go up. Your power consumption, if you bring it down, your performance. So you have to make a compromise. That means what? You should know thoroughly all these devices, all the circuit elements, all the, what are all the various power consumption things, and then try to do it. All of you, if you want to know how the power consumption has to be reduced, you have to know the Texas Instrument MSP 430 chip and understand how that industry, that particular Texas Instrument has reduced the power consumption in those chips. Okay, very, very beautiful. Okay, very beautiful. That's a very concept. Low power design is one of the most wanted subject today because of the simple reason everything has become, now look at it, everything is become portable, wearable, and more powerful. All these things have to be done. You should know high performance, low power dissipation, and wireless capability. How do you achieve in your circuit? And if this is not taught in the college, nobody is going to teach you anywhere outside. Okay, that's actually the one. So, as I told you, if you really want a good job, it's all available. These are all people looking for a good electrical, electronic engineers any time here. We don't want Java programmer or the J2E or something like that. There are a lot of Java varieties available, versions are available. I'm not looking at that. A simple ability to build an electronic system level circuit to make any of these things to be automatic. Okay, that's all we are interested. And that if you can do it, why jobs will not come to you? Jobs will come to you. Okay, this is another version of that. I just put it because it's pictorially it looks better. Okay, and there is hardly any area that is left. You look at textile, food processing, iron and steel, advanced research, military, aerospace, automatic test equipment, automotive, semiconductors, electronics, computers, everywhere you are required. I say, where is the question of not getting a core engineering job? Core engineering job is available. See, I have worked for 40 years only in core engineering. I don't know Java. I don't know any programming. Okay, I don't know Java. Okay, positively. And I am still there. And I know how to write. I'm a software engineering specialist, teaching actually the software engineering process actually. Okay, very, very good. I have taught to Satyam. I have taught to what is known as actually the Mahindra. I have taught to Texas Instrument. I have taught to Satyam. I have taught to Wipro. Okay, information technology, Wipro. That is all those things. It's not necessary that you should learn only in the college. You can learn anywhere, provided you know how you can move from teaching paradigm to learning paradigm. So jobs are not rare. You can easily get in job. You should know the fundamental. Now look at it. You are engineering. I told you that engineers, etc. What is the difference between engineering and technology? That's a basic question I want to ask. Actually, see, for instance, I have asked many people, they say, it's the same, sir. We study the same subject. He gets a BTech degree because that university gives BTech. This fellow studies in some place. He gets a BE degree. That's all the difference, sir. Otherwise, it's all the same, etc. How can it be the same? An English word cannot be the same for two aspects. Okay. So, engineering. Okay, now I'll go back to the arts. In the last few days, because I'm sitting idle, COVID days, I cannot go out, etc. I've been seeing lot of movies, I say, movies. Particularly the Telugu movies dubbed in Tamil, dubbed in Hindi, etc. I'm really seeing. And I have seen also some of the Tamil movies. I am basically, mother tongue is Tamil, but I have been traveling all over the place. Okay. And there are all dubbing. I'm sure all of you would have heard Dhanush as a typical hero, okay, of Tamil Nadu. And I'm sure there are a lot of his movies are being dubbed in Hindi and Telugu. Okay, Telugu. And what is that actually? You look at it actually, an arts is a beautiful thing. It's not Bachelor of Arts. It is basically an imagination, a creativity. And the creativity has no boundaries. Please understand, a creativity has no boundaries. And that creativity, if you can bring it, you can be a great artist. You can be a Mahesh Babu, or you can be a Nag Chaitanya, or you can be a Dhanush, you can be anything. And what is that great thing about it? A creativity should come. Why this Kolaveri D? That's all it is. Okay. And look at that, actually, it's beautiful. Amitabh Bachchan also praises that. Where is the lyric in that? Where is the grammar in that? Actually, hardly anything is there. But it is creativity. You like it, I like it, Amitabh Bachchan like it. So that is arts. Arts is basically a creativity without any boundary. First definition. Science. As soon as you get into a science teacher, science class, they will start teaching you, okay, let us talk about simple gravitation. I'm just telling gravitation because I'm very familiar with Newton and his laws, because I have built a lot of applications using Newton laws, okay, Newtonian laws. That's how it is, okay. Because I am from I am from ISRO. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. That is why the propulsion takes up, okay. That is how the rocket goes up, okay. That's all it is, okay. Newton, he was lying down on the floor or on the lawn, whatever name you want to say. One apple fell down, and the apple was, see, this fellow, you and I would have eaten that because particularly we will be hungry at that time. And that fellow really said, why this is coming down? Why this is not going up like that? You look at one situation. Before Newton gave the postulate, were the apple coming down or going up? They were going down. They were coming down, okay? So Newton's theory has nothing to do with that apple coming down. There is a phenomena, please understand, there is a phenomena that is happening in the nature, and Newton identified that and tried to come out with a postulate or a theory to prove that this is gravitational force, okay? That's all it is, okay? That's all happened. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Your body continues to be in the state of rest unless otherwise you're pushed by something else. F is equal to M. These are all some of the laws, 3 laws, which is very good. I'm sure every student must be really regretting this Newton fellow, regretting that the Newton fellow did not eat that apple. Unfortunately, came out to the theory that we have to study at least 2 years, statics, dynamics, and all those things using Newton's law. I'm telling you, it's one of the worst things that will happen to a mathematics class if you don't know Newton's law properly. Okay, the centrifugal force, centripetal force, why a car takes a curve but it still doesn't fall. All those funny things they will say. Okay, and it's very difficult to pass those examinations. I suffered. I used to do statics and dynamics with a book called Loney. Loney was the book, I think. Loney was the book. And I had difficulty. Fortunately, I had Loney solution also. So I could get some idea. Okay. This is actually science. Science is actually providing a theory for something which is happening. You take Raman spectroscopy, or you take a person who has discovered, who has found out that Earth is a globe, Earth is a sphere, not really a flat surface. These are all something else. Engineering. Now this is where is our thing. What is engineering? Engineering is applying the scientific and mathematical laws for helping the humankind. That's all. Okay. He should use the creativity. Let us take one fellow. Let us talk about either what is it called? Graham Bell, who developed Marconi, wireless communication, or you take actually the fellow who built up this many electric bulb or anything like that. You take any of the engineer. Before he discovered or invented this particular lamp, were the lamp in existence? They were all using all those stones to get light to something and then got the light. So they never had the electric light. Okay. So incandescent bulb, I'm sure all the electrical engineers know, and incandescent bulb was developed by that person, and he's very happy. He developed it. And when somebody asked him, see, you for getting this particular, you see, you have tried 4,000 elements. He says, I have learned that the 4,000 element cannot be used as a filament in an incandescent lamp. That's all he said. Okay, so everything is learning, and it is not one day he found out. You take Albert Wright, Wilbur Wright brothers who invented this aircraft, etc. All those things are engineering marvels. Before that, nothing was there. And before that, actually, nothing was there. People were riding on the top of a bird and going up and down, etc., etc. That is what our mythology will say. But really speaking, our spiritual books will say. But what is basically thing? Engineering is about creativity without any not without any boundary, but boundary should be there. That is, it should obey mathematical and physical laws. Otherwise, it's not. What is technology? Technology is using that particular creativity or innovation by the engineer to create new product, you create new markets, you create new processes, you create new material. That is technology. Okay, we don't say 5G engineering, we say 5G technology. Okay, we say engineering as for the lamp or for the semiconductor things or something like that. We don't say that as technology. But 5G technology. Technology is different, and engineering is different, science is different, arts is different. Please understand, you can have the same syllabus and go through the same course, but your mind can work towards going to technology. That is, I can become a technologist without really getting a BTech degree, and I can go to the engineering BE degree, I can go to a science, I can go to become. That is, I can become anybody, provided I learn those things from that angle, So just to illustrate, I have put that engineering definition. It is about applying the great sources of power in nature for the convenience of humankind. Everything is for the convenience of the humankind. Nothing is not for anything else. If it is not convenience, that fellow will not buy. That's why engineering has to be for the humankind. And that's all about the engineering is about the creativity than explanation, more about inspiration than analysis. This is what is the basic thing. I'm not going to read all those things. These are all something. Technology, look at it. Technology is the embodiment of knowledge in the ways that make new products, new markets, new ways of organizing, new raw material, new processes. Beautiful, these are all technologies. And I'm telling you, it's great. That's the first thing. This I learned very late in my life, engineering, technology, science, and that. I'm telling almost in every institution I tell this because I want you to study the subject with much more understanding. So I am reading for becoming an engineer. I am studying for becoming a technologist. I am reading purely because I want a degree. I will most probably take music as my art or cricket playing as my art or anything like that. I will reading only for becoming a scientist. That is, I will go to the fundamental theory and then try to build something new for the existing phenomena. Okay. This is what it is. It's beautiful. Artist, creativity, no boundary, boundaryless. Scientist, teach and learn physical laws, principles, theory to existing. Engineer, creativity, must obey science, mathematical, and physical laws. Technologies, application of that creativity into building new products, materials, etc. So this is actually one way, and all these things, experimentation. I tell the institutions that they fail miserably in that experimentation. They fail miserably. All the labs are only exercises. Last year it worked this way, and this year also it will work that way only. Okay, no experimentation. That is a sad thing. That means the faculty and the management and the student must inculcate the habit of doing experimentation. Theory can be taught in 50% of the time, I say. The remaining 50 should be for experimentation. Let them go to the lab and try to learn it actually. Learning through lectures is very, I'm going to talk about 1 hour, okay? And in that 1 hour, probably your mind is there on the subject, probably 5 minutes, 7 minutes, that's all. 7 minutes, I am talking luxuriously, saying that at least 7 minutes should be there. Okay, that type of thing. But really speaking, very difficult to concentrate on a lecture. But when you do experimentation, you do. That is why I give more prominence to academic projects. Scientists investigate that what is there, and etc. etc. Job position. This is what everybody is looking for. I will tell you. This is the first thing. Design and development engineers. Please understand, this is something, unless and unless you have an excellent grasp of the subject, you cannot get into a design and development engineer in any institution. I am from BITS Pilani, and I went to Texas Instruments for a job as per post-graduation. They told me, sir, I will give you a simulation engineer job or testing engineer. I cannot take you into a development engineer. This is what he told me. My grade was good. Okay, not that. But they said that we take only from IITs and Indian Institute of Science. This is what they told. So the design and development engineer job is really fundamentals. You should know the fundamental. Y is equal to mx. This is actually linear. If you don't know what is linear and what is non-linear, you cannot enter into Texas Instruments. The ability to expose what is not there. Suppose you have 886. Suppose I want to create a processor for adding two 16-bit numbers. Can you build from that particular 8086 architecture or structure and then give me a full-fledged digital circuit? You cannot. That because that's not the way you talked about. Okay. Strong desire to exceed specification. That's all we are looking for. Why they are doing a development? They want to improve. And if you don't know how to exceed the specification, that's very difficult. Constant upgrading of knowledge. You have to learn. You have to learn. Once you get a job, you have to keep on learning. I say some of the things which you have never heard in your life, you have to learn. Today, I'm really learning about what is known as actually the artificial intelligence and IoT. And I'm telling you, nothing I'm understanding. 4 books in front of me, about 22 papers, IEEE papers are in front of me. I am not able to understand many things. So I am going through the process. Probably 2% of the IoT and artificial intelligence I have learned. The last 6 months, 3 years. Okay. Constant upgrading of knowledge, ability to extrapolate and interpolate, desired ability. So the second thing is testing engineer. This is a very good job. Everybody will get it. Okay. Everybody can ask for it. Unless you have done the experimentation during lab in your institution, you cannot become somebody like that. I'm going to rush because I'm already 15 minutes off. Modeling and simulation engineer. This is a very good job. Today, modeling tools are available in the This particular thing is a great thing. Previously, before we really became a product oriented, we were only more for the simulation and modeling person. Indian Institute of Science, every professor used to take 2 graduates for them to do a lot of modeling and simulation. And they really did a lot of things. Even today, if you go to a good institution, I know only the NIT in Hyderabad, I think. Hyderabad. Okay. IIIT in Hyderabad. And that professor takes minimum 2-3 people every year for modeling and simulation. Particularly in image processing, they have done a lot of work. Okay. And the next one is application support engineer. People are looking. Everybody builds a new product, but they don't know how to use it. And neither the customer knows it. So they want somebody to be sent to the customer and help them to build a solution using that particular thing. This is also a very good job. Marketing sales engineer. People think that marketing is always roaming on the road. No. You don't have to tell lies actually. You have to know the product knowledge. Very beautiful. You should not oversell. You should not undersell. You should sell. Okay. And once I have changed from R&D to marketing because of the only reason, only marketing person will get good money. I'm telling you, this research and all will not work and will not get you good money. Dabbu, if you want dabbu kavalante, go to marketing and you will really be successful. I'm telling you. Okay. What it needs is actually a boldness and the ability to understand the product much better than your colleagues. Technopreneur, there are some people who are trying, particularly in a place like Coimbatore or in Punjab, a lot of people are going for a technopreneur technology-based enterprises. The last one, okay, which is actually surviving, which is actually helping many of the institutions in India to survive is this particular job, IT support engineer. What is so good about it actually? You need the degree, that's all. Okay, whether you know diode, how it conducts, whether it conducts reversely or forwardly, you don't have to bother. Okay, you don't have to bother. You just need 2 legs. Okay, you 2 hands, and a small head with a degree of engineering or science, excellent patience. That fellow will shout at you. You have to be patient. Okay, and small head. Small head means doesn't mean that your head should be size should be small. No, no, no. What is inside the head should be small. That means it should not think originally. It should not think any creativity. You should just follow what is told. It is one level above the robo. Tomorrow morning you are going to do Walmart business, I say, okay, that particular point of sales things is not working. So look at that particular point of sales software and try to improve the changes, ensure that it works 100%. Like that they will send you and go. So you will be understanding Walmart software and you would have never heard in your life, and you have to do on this one, and you will be they will give you a lot of tools, skills and all. And once you succeed that, you will get a beautiful project name, and you will get a lot of money to enjoy for 1 or 2 days. Okay, enjoy 1 or 2. Again, you are pushed into another pit, and there you have to get up. This is what it is. That means what? You continuously go from one pit to another pit, which is an unknown pit. You don't know how much depth is there. Probably the fellow who gives you a job also doesn't know the depth. Okay, but you have to do it. This is what it is. I have seen all my people are in IT jobs. Please understand. TCS, my whole, they are all in families. That is husband and wife, both of them are working. At least about 7 families there inside. Okay, so there is no, I am not against that, but this is what you have to know. You have to know the truth. Okay, you have to know the reality. I will tell you that it will give you 30,000 rupees, 40,000 rupees salary, but I don't want to push you into that. Try for a good core engineering job. If you don't get it, this job is always available to you if you can talk good English. Okay. Now, I wanted to talk about this. These are all something differently taken. Okay. Employment options will be expanding. It will be expanding and changing. So even in a core engineering job, what we do today may not be what we do tomorrow. Please understand, this is what is going to be there. Because of the simple reason, everybody is rushing for the thing. See, for instance, there are some institutions which were more comfortable doing some engineering job. They were all moved to oxygen development, oxygen creation, oxygen, this one. See, look at it actually, a sterile industry which was meant for copper development is supplying oxygen. Oxygen, I say. That means what? People are all pushed to something else. So you cannot say, no, sir, I will do only copper. Nobody wants. You take oxygen. Once you live, then you can go and do copper. Okay, that's how it is actually. Globalization, outsourcing, etc., is actually how we are going to work. This globalization has changed all our things. See, once upon a time, I was a very comfortable person doing it in Indian space research. Once it became globalization, I have to look at actually global market and then do that thing. The ability to position ourselves to take advantage of the opportunity, respond to change. The respond to change is the most important thing. Suppose today, I am asking you to change from one experiment to another experiment, you will hesitate. Sir, that fellow did that experiment last week, why I should do something else? This is what it is. No. Respond to change. Probably you will learn something more. We look at several employment and career opportunity and determine which ones will work for you. This is what is the thing. So I conduct actually what is known as mock interview. Actually, when I go to 100 or 200 colleges, I do what is known as mock interview, particularly in 6th semester, 7th semester beginning, when the companies are coming for campus placement. Okay. And I do this mock interview. I tell the fellows, don't take IT job. You don't know anything about software engineering process. So if you take, actually, you will be in trouble or you have to learn. Okay. And that is also not acceptable by many people. They say that that's the only job. See, but what they say is actually, sir, my neighbor gets 30,000, I get 2,000, I get 3,000 or 10,000. That is not acceptable to my parents. So I have to go for this particular job only. That's how it is. Okay. All opportunities work for each person. It will not work. So everybody has to have a different thing. Career options available moving into management. There are some people who have moved into management mainly because of the simple reason staying technical is not giving good job, like what I did. I moved away from technical. I have published papers and all. But dabbu raledu. What is the use of doing the paper publishment? I need money, I say. I am in the growth path. So I moved into marketing. Really speaking, I lived very happily afterwards. That is how it is actually. Not that R&D is bad, but only thing actually, dabbu raledu. That's all. Okay. Higher education today. That's all. Why I am telling you all these things is not because I want to frighten. No. It's not that. It is actually, you should know the present scenario. Nobody opens up. In a college, you tell me how many people have told you why, what, how of every unit of that particular subject. Nobody tells you. See, I was actually mentoring some of the young faculty in 3 universities and 4 engineering colleges. When they go to the class, I tell them this is what you are supposed to teach. These are all the concepts which you are making clear. And I will go immediately after her or him, and then to go to the college. Did you go to the class? Did you understand? If you don't understand, ask me the question, I'll answer. The question should be asked, not I will teach. Okay? Emphasis on developing engineer as Raja said. See, this is what is the problem. Everybody wants to publish papers. So they make their graduate students or postgraduate students into publishing papers. And everybody cannot become a researcher, I say. How can it become? It is foolish by IICT and MHRD to emphasize everybody to have a PhD. Everybody should have so many papers. And they evaluate you only by number of papers you publish. Not acceptable. I may be a very good teacher. See, please understand, I don't take a full-time job in any of the institution where I was offered the job only because I don't have a PhD. I have least interest in publishing papers and I have no interest in research. Okay, this is what is my problem. Okay, and this is what everybody is doing. The postgraduate student means that fellow should write a paper. Her guide, her or his guide should be the co-author, and they will publish the paper. Not acceptable to me. Okay. The companies and nowadays everybody is putting money in the schools and they get their students from that. Okay, and now what is the next one? What engineers do today? You have to know. You can find engineers at all levels in many industries. Engineers design buildings, machines, and factories. Engineers teach, perform research, and invent. Perform research and invent. Engineers manage companies and work for charities. Engineers impact the world. Okay. Professional engineering registration, graduate from accredited school, take the pass EIT examination, etc. Like that, you can go and do that actually. This is what everybody is doing. Now I'm going to show you the different thing. Engineers are expected to be able to do anything that is assigned to them. How can I do? Suppose today I'm making an RC coupled amplifier. I'm just telling you for simplicity. Tomorrow they are asking me, can you do an interface to a motor with a microprocessor? I don't know anything about the assembly programming. So I don't know what type of motor it's being used. They will ask me, and you have to learn it and do it. This is a problem. Either through first-hand knowledge or by using the network of contacts. What is I'm telling you people? Use the network of contacts. Throughout your life, you build your network. That is, suppose you have a doubt, you should be able to ring, hey, this is what I'm supposed to do. Can you help me in telling me what to do? Then they will tell you, no, you don't do it yourself. This is the paper, you refer to that paper and this paper. This is what I am doing. If you are in doubt for more than 5 minutes or 5 days, you better ask your friend. Okay. Ask Google as they call. Okay. Need to Google don't take it for solving your problem in the field because students or your friends will do it. More experience how things works are built. And working skills need to be sharpened. Writing skills. Look at it. Writing skills are vast. So your people are good, sir, but they don't know how to write a proposal. That's what I have been told. Okay, I have taught English writing, English communication for one college for about 7 days. That is, I will give a project and I tell them, you give me a project report in the evening. That's all. I changed it actually. It is in a college and an industry also. Networking skills is the most important. I'm telling you, don't lose any of your good friends who has the knowledge. Don't lose any of them. They are the best company. Okay. You leave Jayaraman, you leave anybody. Your own classmates are good people. You stay with them. More engineers with project management skills are required today, and technical expert and coordinator. Okay. This is what competent engineers companies create from new engineering school graduate. This engineer would take the role of a member of one of the discipline groups on a project team. That's the first job you will get. You will go and get yourself in a project team. The career path of this particular project type of engineer can go down either as an individual contributor or manager role. Slowly you will move to team leader, and then you will become a project manager, module leader. Like that, you will go as a project manager. That means what? Ultimately, you will be elevated or abstracted from the technical details and moved over to the managerial role. Okay. Usually, career growth involves movement away from technical discipline. This is what we have done. Okay. That's why I stayed with an enterprise. Even in my company, I don't do too many administration. Okay. Now this is an advice to my faculty colleagues. We need to impart creativity, because creativity is part of the engineering. Embed creativity. How do you do it actually? Learn by doing, learn through experimentation, learn through solving exercises. Knowledge is what you have got from the books, from the Google, from various places. Now what you have to do? You have to take the current tools, current fixtures, and try to improve your skill, convert that particular knowledge into some sort of a product or an executor. And then your competency is growing. This knowledge and skill should go together as a thing. Today you have got a C program, you did it that. Then C++, you did that. Java, you did that. Then you have Python, you did that. That is how you should try to develop it, and that is how you should grow. And this should be inculcated in every institution right from the first year or first semester. This is what it is. And now what is my thinking actually is, now I have already crossed, say for instance, 1 hour. And now what I want to do is actually, I want to go back to you. See, I want to tell you that these are all something. I have, of course, another many slides. I can show you out of them. Basically, you should change your attitude to get a core engineering job. Your attitude is actually, today I learned, tomorrow I write the exam, day after tomorrow I forget. Not acceptable. You have to continue. What I studied in 1965, still I have to remember. That is a simple emitter follower. I should remember. Otherwise, I will not get a good position anywhere. At 75, I'm searching for a good position. That's a different issue. Okay. So it's one of the best thing that you have to do is actually to improve your own competency and try to make yourself as a great person, and job are not less. You may be wondering, Jayaraman, you didn't tell me any job available. I am telling you, any industry you can be employed. You don't have to really ask me, where is the job? Go and study, go and read electronics for you. Don't even read. Look at the pictures in the electronics for you. And once you have seen the pictures in the electronics for you, if you understand, you do it. Actually, there the jobs are available. You look at the industries, what are all the various industries, what they are doing. Try to inculcate some of them in your skill set, and you will be really great. Okay, you will be really great. Please understand, I'm not telling you for the sake of saying, I have developed people. And I told Dr. Mahesh that 1 hour lecture will do no impact on you. If I have moved you, or if I have moved your eyes from one direction to the other direction, I have done my job in this 1 hour. 1 hour, I cannot possibly cover whatever I know that I have gathered the last 50 years. It's really difficult. I know that actually. But still, 1 hour is the thing. So I thought I will finish it off like that. Okay, with that, I close my talk. And again, I thank every one of you for attending this session today. Now it's 75 people are supposed to have logged in. Hopefully they are listening to me. And as I told Dr. Mahesh, if there is a question, I'm ready to answer. And if you want to continue the relationship with me regarding this particular competency and my enhancing employability, and you want to talk to me over email or anything, you have the right to send me an email. My email is available to your institution, and you can always do it. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank all of you for giving me a patient listening for the last 1 hour. Now, this 30 minutes I have reserved for asking questions. Okay, and if you are ready to see some more slides, I want to see one set of 10 slides I want to show, and that slide will be interesting, but that is left to you. If you don't want to continue, I will stop here. Thank you so much. Nice of you. Yeah, Chai, you can take it over.
Thank you very much, sir. It is as said, true guidance is like a small torch in a dark forest. It may not show everything at once, but it gives enough light for the next step to be safe, secure, and successful. Thank you very much, sir, for being that light of guidance and inspiration at the right time with the right words. We'll definitely sort everything down right in our minds, and we'll definitely remember you for being a true motivator behind our success. Once again, thank you very much, sir. So, would you mind clarifying a few doubts or queries from us, sir?
I am ready to answer any doubts, no problem. Thank you.
Dear friends, here is the opportunity to interact with Professor K. Jairaman, sir, and get your doubts clarified. If anyone wishes to ask, please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Go ahead, slightly make it louder.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, the tips you followed in your younger age, I mean, to start your career, can you share some experience, sir?
Sure. Tanushree, you are talking about 50 years back, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, 1969, I completed my post-graduation in BITS Pilani, okay? And the first job I got was in defense R&D. Actually, I had no idea that defense R&D was recruiting people. And his name is LRD Bangalore. And I am not from Bangalore. I am from some village in Tamil Nadu. Okay. So they conducted a test. One fellow simply, those days, this SMS, WhatsApp is not there, you know. So he somehow bumped up on one of my friends, one of my, what we call actually friends. And that person told me, Jaraman, there is a test going on. Where then I went there to the test, and then I wrote the test, and probably I did very well. Okay, that's a different issue, and they gave me a job immediately. That was my first job. That means what? It was purely an accident. Okay, I got the first job, and I didn't have all this. BITS Pilani doesn't, those days didn't believe in the campus placement, etc., etc. Because what they said is actually, once you say BITS Pilani, they will recruit you. That's what they told me. And in those days, we have a very, very happy situation. That is, if I am a telecommunication or electronic engineer, I should know only electronic engineering. I should know a little bit English to talk about it, little bit other things. I don't have to know this various tests that you are going through nowadays, various exercises that we are going through nowadays. And other things, Dr. Mahesh was talking about various campus placement test, campus placement training is going on. Not only in your institution, in every institution it is going on. Okay, and we never had that, so we just went. I got it. Then I went into another colleague of mine. He says ISRO is recruiting freshers. I said, oh, I applied to ISRO as a fresher, and because from government establishment to another government establishment, you should send the application through proper channel. That means you should route it through the government of India. So I didn't want to, I bypassed that. I straight away said, saying that I am unemployed. So I cheated. Okay, I cheated. I am unemployed. I got the job. I did well. And after some time, I got slightly bored up with this everyday rocket carrying, rocket missile firing, etc., etc. I was in electronics, but a lot of rocket work was there. And so I thought I should move to something. As I told you some time back in my lecture, this research and all doesn't give you dabbu air. Dabbu is not there at all. Since dabbu illandre, what is the big idea in doing the job? Well, this is my feeling those days. So I moved over to marketing. I got into marketing. Fortunately, with God's guidance and bliss, I was able to do very well. Today my ability to market is excellent. I continue my job, then moved over to academia, and a lot of guidance I did. And that initial days, I told you, my 50 years full of lot of things. I opened a company, I lost money, I gained money, everything I did actually in that 50 years. Excellent life I had. I mean, I have nothing to complain the last 50 years, whatever happened to me. I stay with my God, and He has helped me every moment of my life. Okay. Is that okay, Tanushree, or you want more? I can talk for 50 years about my jobs.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
What the answer? Okay.
Sir.
Okay. Anybody else?
Good afternoon, sir.
Where are you? You are Navya.
Yes, sir, I'm Navya Sri, sir, from
Navya?
EC department, sir.
Oh, tell me, no problem. Any department is as good as mine.
Yes, sir, it
See,
was such
another
a great
thing-
experience.
Navya, 1 minute.
Yes, sir.
Navish, 1 minute. This electronics communication, electronics, electrical engineering, all those things is all just for the college admission purpose. Really speaking, you are a multidiscipline, interdiscipline person. You don't say that I'm an electronics and communication engineer. I am an engineer. That's all. Okay.
Yes,
According to
sure,
me,
sir.
there should be no ECE. There should be only engineering. You read one more subject more in electrical and one more subject more in communication, then you become like that. Okay, tell me, Navis.
Yes, sir, it was such a great experience hearing what you are saying, sir. Today I came to know what the actual generation gap is, sir. Like that is, all about our generation and technology, sir, but we don't know anything about yours, sir. So, and that too, we don't even know what ours completely too, sir, because it's always, we are looking ourselves as a student, sir, but not like an engineer, sir. We don't know why it is like this, sir, because of this education system, or I don't know why it is like this, sir. But I can't say it is a query, but I have a doubt, sir, small doubt, sir.
Navishri, I'll answer this question very simple. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I would have been like this only when I was in the constitution. Okay. In the institution, I would have been like this, except that I was in Pilani, which is far away from my hometown, and you are in Tirupati, probably nearer to your hometown. That's all the difference. Okay. Really speaking, in the college days, we don't learn too many things. That's the first problem. Okay. That is true the olden days, today also. What is the difference between those days and today is there are a lot of opportunity for learning more. Okay, lot of opportunities. Okay, so today, suppose you say, Jalaman, can you teach me embedded solution in 7 days through webinar? I will say, yes, go ahead and do it. Okay, and you don't have to pay any money because I am talking from the luxury of my house. Okay, I have no problem. But only thing is actually, my teaching will not go just like that. I will give you exercise. Next day morning, you are supposed to come prepared with the exercise. Otherwise, I will not go one step further. Probably I will drop the whole course. This is my way of doing it. But unfortunately, in your institution, that restriction, if they put actually, you will go on strike. You will say, who is this fellow to tell me that I should come prepared tomorrow morning? Oh, how many of you really have gone prepared to a college? It's very difficult. So you don't read any technical books. Electronics for you is available. Very beautiful English available. Okay. And I don't say your professor is all in all and he knows everything and all. But positively, he has the wisdom to guide you. Hey, why don't you do this? If you have any doubt, Naveshri, don't mind it actually. Take down my mail ID, send me a query, I will answer. If you can give me your phone number in that mail, I will even call you. But don't call me because I will not lift the phone. Okay. If it is an unknown, I am living alone. If it is an unknown call, I will not lift the phone. This is my problem. Okay. And 75, so my daughters are worried about my safety. So they don't do it. And you can really be frank in saying that, sir, I didn't understand. Actually, I learned electronics, not in BE, but in ME. Actually, in ME, I went to my professor, who was known as Mohan Mukherjee. Okay, Mohan Mukherjee. Okay, and I went to him and told, sir, I got good marks in BE, but I don't understand anything, sir. I didn't understand. So he said, why don't you come tomorrow? I went there tomorrow, 2:30. In Pilani, 2:30 is really hot, 48. That is, you will see almost Visakhapatnam temperature in every day almost. Okay, so it's 48. I went there. Okay, I went there. He was waiting for me. He was only checking whether I am really sincere or not. That's all it is. Okay. Then he said, Jaraman, you attend my classes for my undergraduate course. I am taking 2 courses. You attend 1 course, and I have divided my students into 3 batches. 1 batch I will give you for tutorial. You try to teach. I learned electronics during the tutorial. I know what was my first stint with the tutorial students. Students are students, you know. Students are students. They hack you out, and they are all more intelligent than me. Okay. And they ask very, very typical, oh, you don't know this, how you will run my tutorial? This is the question they ask. Okay. And this is what I faced. And second, I prepared. I went and crying with the Mohan Mukherjee sir. And then he said, this is normal, Jayaraman, don't worry. You continue. You make an attempt, you continue. And at the end of the day, the students liked me so much, because even some of the problems which they didn't know how to even attempt, I attempted it and solved it for them. So it's a question of time. So in BE, if you think that you don't know anything, you are just like me, then as I was in BE. Okay. So don't worry. Learning is difficult, and you have to have a focus, and that focus will not come at this age. You will slowly learn. Okay. Today I am good, mainly because of the simple reason there were good faculty members in my thing. They understand. I studied from that college only BE. If I go and tell them, sir, I didn't understand anything in BE, in the normal college they would have thrown me out of their room. But he said, oh, is it so? That's true for many people, Jayaraman. Don't worry. I will help you. That's all he told. And then took me. And he's not teaching my language. He is a Bengali. I am a Tamilian. And he's from Bengal. I am from Tamil Nadu. I have no relation with him. It's a question of only a student and a teacher and a student. That's all. And a guide, mentor and a student. That's all. I liked him, and his English was excellent. Whatever little English I picked up from the person like him. Okay, that's what it is. So obviously, this is life.
Yes, sir. Great to hear that, sir. Thank you, sir. And my doubt is, sir.
Tell me. Don't worry.
So many people are saying that you won't get a good package initially in core jobs like that, sir. Like you said, TCS will hire you for 30K, but core jobs didn't give that so much money from as a starting package, sir. Why it is like that for core jobs, sir? So many people are saying like this, but we don't know why it is like that.
Actually,
sir.
if you had seen my anatomy of fresh engineers, you would have seen that. In core job, we don't need anything what you have learned in the 4 years. We don't need anything. Okay. So not in core job. In IT job, I just need you. I need your number of marks. I need your degree certificate. That's all. As I told you, I need your 2 legs, 2 hands, and a small head. You should not think also. Remaining things, I'll give you a small job and you slowly make it. I am more bothered about number of persons. Okay. Because I am paid by number of people. That is actually the number of people on the role, on the job. Okay. And in the core engineering, no, everybody has to contribute. If I tell you that, Navishri, I want you to develop on audio amplifier with 80 dB gain and absolutely no distortion, very, very low distortion. And you should really connect it to a good speaker and then try to give me an excellent music system. Okay. And I'll give you 30 days and you have to complete the whole job. Okay. Now, look at it. This is the work I give you. From here, you should proceed. You don't know how to choose an amplifier. You don't know what type of amplifier. You know, there are 25 types of amplifier that is available. And if the 25 amplifier, which amplifier you use? Amplifier you use in a RF amplifier is, that is op amp you use in an RF amplifier is different than what you use in IF amplifier, and totally different in audio video amplifier. So the characteristics of the video, that op amp is different. This knowledge I want you to learn in your college. Don't come and learn from in my industry. I'm paying you salary. Here in your college, you are paying fees to your college. That fellow has to teach you. Why should I teach you? This is actually the problem. So your fundamentals are not clear. So I take some time. I take some time for you to develop you into a good contributing engineer. During that time, how can I pay you the full salary? I will not pay. Your full salary, assume that it is 40,000 rupees, you will get it in 2 years, not in one second. 2 years, I will get you the 40,000. Afterwards, you can jump. Avalanche, I told you, you understand the diode curve. After it is triggered, current flows like that. Avalanche, it will keep on going. And today I can tell you, I started with 620 rupees per month, I say. I started with 620 rupees per month, government job, okay? And today I can earn easily without even looking around 2 lakhs. Without even looking around. I don't have to work. I can sit in my home, and whenever that fellow comes, I can tell him that this is how we should do it here. And 2 lakhs will come to my bank. I don't have to bother. So that is actually what we call as avalanche. That is, current will boost, current will go, how the current is increasing in a diode. You go and see. I think you are not studying the diode properly. Okay. So transistor physics, you should go and look at it. Now you see, life is fun, I am telling you, and you should enjoy every bit of it. If you don't know, I don't know, I will learn. That's how we should look at it. That's how I look at it.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Mahesh, Dr. Mahesh?
Sir, yes, sir, I am there. Sir.
Mahesh, I'm telling you. I have about another, I want you to give me, if it is possible,
Yes,
to the same audience, another session of 90 minutes, not 1 hour, 90 minutes.
Definitely, sir. Definitely.
I will make them much better than what they are today. Okay? Because
Yes,
I didn't know them actually earlier. And if the questions, they are willing to ask questions, that
Yes,
means
sir.
they are interested in changing their life.
Yes,
so I
sir.
am ready to guide them. If you can give me, ask your principal, ask your management whether they can give the same time for me. Another 1.5 hours if they give me, I can really change them. And then as I asked you, actually, give me one audience with them, person to person, and I will do a mock interview for them. Once I do mock interview, I will tell them, better don't try for core job or try for a core job. This is what you should try, you should learn. I will do that. And I will positively help the institution because I know Kalpalata Reddy Garu very closely, and I have always been one of the, I think, preferred speaker in her college, wherever she is. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is my
Definitely.
suggestion. Please understand, I'm not trusting me on you. This is my suggestion. Okay.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
Any other questions?
Yes, sir.
Tell me.
Sir, it is a popular opinion that engineers from IITs and NITs or other top universities are prioritized over any other colleges, sir, especially in core industry. It is also obvious that not everyone can get into IIT or NIT due to various factors, sir. All I have is 3 doubts or queries, sir. What do you think can bridge this gap between an IITian and a non-IITian so that both of them can become equally competent? And what are all the factors that are responsible for this gap? And what are all the extra efforts that are needed for other colleges to be on the same line with IITs or NITs or other cream institutions, sir?
See, I know I can go back to say, I can answer this question with slightly a different way, okay? Because IITs are established with a purpose to develop high-class university, okay? High-class university, okay? And it was developed not for money, not for anything. Government has sponsored that. And they had a collaboration with Russia. They had a collaboration with Germany. They had a collaboration with US. Like that, they had a lot of collaborations, okay? Please understand, all IITs are not the same. Okay, few IITs. IIT Bombay is different, IIT Delhi is different, IIT Chennai is different, probably IIT Roorkee is different. Okay, IIT Kharagpur is different. All the IITs are different. Okay, so everything is not on the same pedestal as we are all imagining. It's not so. That's one thing. You have IITs, NITs, and private universities. Okay, like VIT. BITS Pilani wanted to have a competition with IIT at that time. Okay, and that's how we started the BITS Pilani in those days. Birlaji had a great ambition that you want to convert it. I couldn't do it because creating a university like IIT is not worth spending your time and money. Okay, so best because of the simple reason, it is not actually the teacher or the students or anything. Okay, BITS Pilani admits students only by merit. Please understand. We all got admission. See, when I tell Magesh, please take me into your college as a job, it is not, not that way. See, I'm just telling. If I am a young fellow coming out of BITS Pilani and telling Magesh Garu, please take me into your college for a job, he doesn't have to look at me. He says, you are from BITS Pilani? Okay, tomorrow you are coming to the job and join. This is how it is done. I was admitted into ISRO not because I was a great exponent in public speaking or anything. I am from BITS Pilani, finished. That is how it is be there. Okay, so there is a grade. It is because of the faculty culture which they have developed. So what they do, they study in any of these type of institutions, okay, which are not considered. We call tier 3, tier 4 like that. Okay, so tier 2 is supposed to be NITs. Tier 3 is supposed to be the private universities like VIT, Shastra, and you have a thing. Actually, it's not all private universities are taken there. Only few. IIIT comes very close to NIT only. Okay, because they are more concentrating on research. Okay, IIT was supposed to be only for research and post graduation. Unfortunately, they have got into this undergraduate teaching, and that is what it is. See, no IIT professor joins IIT for post-graduation or as a teacher. Usually, okay, they will go abroad, they will do something, etc. You look at Indian Institute of Science, the same thing. Okay, these are all developed with a different thing. So now coming back to the basic question, if you want to grow, there are two ways. One is actually you complete with a good grade, attend the entrance examination, IIIT-B, what is it called? It is called GATE exam, and enter into this particular one of the top universities. That is one way you can do it. Okay. The second way is actually there are a lot of courses available from IITs and which are available on webinar or even in person. Attend any of these courses, you will be excellent in those subjects. That is second thing. Third thing is actually, like any other Telugu person, you also move to US, get into Caltech or one of those universities and become excellent there and come back to IIT and join as a faculty. These are all three options. Is that okay or something more you want?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
And
So,
another thing, why
Yes.
IITs are preferred for some of the jobs, development jobs, is actually because they are taught with a lot of mathematical thing. Our institutions, somehow the mathematics is not taught properly. Okay, or the subject is not with reference to mathematics. A mathematics professor teaches mathematics as though he is teaching in a science institution. An engineering college person, say for instance, signals and system. You have attended the course on signals and system.
yes, sir.
Okay, signals and system. Your teacher must have given you a lot of derivation, correct?
Yes, sir.
Signals and system, everybody teaches you with a lot of derivations. Actually, they should teach the subject and concept, and a mathematics professor aligned to that particular course should teach the mathematics aspect of it. If these two people go together like a bullock cart, two bullocks in a typical paddy field, then you will be really learning the subject much better. Mathematical depth will be there, technical depth will be there. Today, if I ask you, define a signal, I am telling you, you will not be able to define properly. If I ask you, what is a system, you will not be able to do it. But you would have got 80%, 90% mark in that signals and system paper because it's derivation. That's it.
Yes, sir. Sir, one more doubt, sir. Would you mind, sir?
No, I don't mind anything. My life is meant for you, yaar.
Thank you, sir. We are very fortunate.
I tell you, I am doing this for the Loka Sangraham, as they call. Krishna says that Loka Sangraham is the only thing which I am supposed to be doing. I am doing only that. Yeah, some money I want for eating, that's all. Beyond that, I have no interest in anything. Okay, go ahead.
So when we talk about this practical exposure and all the first thing all engineers or parents do is to blame the present day educational system, as my friend Navya already said. So do you think that there is a need for change in this type of thinking, or is the reformation in education system is really needed? So what is your say on that, sir?
See, I was associated with one of the private universities very closely. I worked for NIT, I worked for VIT, I worked for Reva Institute, etc. When they moved from a typical college to university, okay. Everybody tells AICT or some people saying that MHRD or anybody else, I think UGC that saying that, sir, we are compressed by the university, that state syllabus, we want to have a modern thing, okay, and all. But when they really become university, they are also idiots. They follow the same subject, the same process, same thing. That means what? Even if you take a dog, fully wash, and then keep it in your house, that will go to the kitchen only again and again. This is how our education system is there. Private university is not the solution. The solution is in yourself. You should demand. You should demand. Yeah, actually, what is the problem with majority of the students is they are happy. Suppose I tell, in one of the colleges, I never used to take attendances. Okay, so I used to get only 9 students out of some 70 students. BIT only I'm talking, 70 students. Then I asked one of the students, I am teaching with a lot of interest here. Why nobody is coming? No, sir, this is actually, see, my paper will be different from your paper, from all the other people's paper. If I don't teach properly, you will not be, if you don't attend class properly, you will not be able to get any marks in my subject. I used to tell that, but they were not bothered. Okay, they were not bothered. That's no problem. Okay. Another thing is actually, then I said, from tomorrow onwards, I am taking attendance. I had 70 students in my class. If in Pilani, where I studied, no attendance. We were 120 students. All the 120 students will be there. Even if he is suffering from fever, he will be there. Because of the simple reason, attendance is not actually physical. It is psychological. You are part of the group which is learning. If there are classes which are 800 students inside, do you think attendance is possible? Attendance is not the reason. Attendance should not be there. When I told this, not many people liked it. Please understand that also I'm telling you. When I told that attendance, you drop the attendance, he says, no, that's not the way it is. Okay, it's like that only. That is this way actually you cannot change them. Okay, so best would be for you. See, fortunately, I know Kalpalada Reddy Garu, I know her. So I am telling you, at least she is interested in doing something. There are many institutions which are just closed for a different reason. Okay, they are happy. Corona is there. Oh, we don't have to go to college. That's all. They are happy. But here at least Mahesh Garu or some people are attending the class, attending this session. Though I am not sure whether they will like it, this course, but still they are attending and they are listening to it at least. And they are encouraging you to ask questions. And I am happy that you are asking questions. So if he gives me one more session, you will see a totally different, your subject-wise talk, I will do it. Your triple E or easy, Sai?
Easy, sir.
What about Navya?
Easy, sir.
Is there anybody else, sir, that I can answer question? Chandu Priya is there?
Chandupriya is also from ECE, sir.
Okay. Yashaswini?
She is also from ECE, sir. Most of the people are from ECE, sir.
Mahesh Garu, you are from electrical.
Yeah, yes, sir. Basically
Ask
from
me a question. Ask me a question as though you are asking on behalf of a typical student.
Okay, sir. Fine, sir. As of now, sir, we know that one right now in India, So the thing is, it is the trend is IT. Okay, so there are plenty of opportunities are there even in other branches also, but still, even Indian government also, they are not much worried about the other core branches. So that was the only issue. I'm not fully convinced with that.
Okay, I'll tell you what is the problem actually. See, it is a peer pressure. Okay, I was in Amrita University, and I was involved in the placement aspect of it. Okay, one student, I could place him in a core engineering job. He was offered 18,000 rupees per month. And another person, I don't feel he was comfortable with the core engineering job. So he got placed in a IT job. He was getting something like 32,000 rupees, this one. So both of them, unfortunately, were living together in somewhere very close in Coimbatore area. Okay. So this 18,000 fellow's father saw his money. He was happy that his son was placed. The 32,000 or 32,000 people's father also was happy. When these two parents were talking to each other, I am studying in the same subject. My son is also studying. Why he got 32? Why my son got 18? That fellow came with 2-3 people to the Amrita University placement cell and said, how can you give my son a lower salary? I didn't give. That company gave. That company gave. So the peer pressure is what making everybody to choose this IT jobs. See, I have taken 2 students with me for mentoring. Okay, after their BE, particularly one is from Amrita, one Malayali girl, and one is from SIT Tumkur. Both of them got placed in a TCS company. Both of them were placed in TCS. But this SIT person said, I will go with you, sir. What I was offering, 10,000 rupees salary. That's all. 10,000 rupees, I don't want to call it a salary. It's too low. I said, dal roti ke liye. You understand Hindi? Dal
Yes, sir.
roti. Yes,
Yeah.
10,000. That's all it is. Okay, I told that. And the other girl also, she's a very rich girl. Okay, her father is working in Dubai and all. And she said, actually, I will go with you, sir. So her mind is actually to go to Germany or someplace and study. She is in Germany now. Okay, and so she said, how much you will offer? I said, 8,000 rupees only. You offered Veena 10,000. Why you are offering me 8,000? You are one level lower than Veena, so I offered you 8,000. How can I make it equal? I said, this is the job I am giving you. You complete it within 7 days, and you come to me within 7 days, and I will give you 10,000. That's all I told. Okay, and poor girl really went mad, and somehow they got it done, and said, then I gave her 10,000. So 10,000 she came. She stayed with me for 1 year. Afterwards, actually, the first girl actually would have continued with me. I lost my wife during that time. So I had to tell her, see, I am not in a great mind to mentor anybody. You just leave, you find a good job. You are a good girl. Okay. She was an excellent girl. Okay. Why I should say good girl? Very excellent girl. And this girl also, she then wanted to go to Germany. I said, okay, go ahead and do it. So this happens actually. This type of mentoring is not done. Okay, mentoring, actually, that's why I am telling you, inside your college, you run a 9th semester, and it is only for mentoring students. Okay, and there is a possibility of some more people to get into proper group. See, look at the people who are getting 7 CGPA, 6 CGPA, 5 CGPA. They are all suffering. They don't get IT jobs. They don't.
Yes.
They don't have knowledge to go to the core engineering job. What will they do? They don't want to do farming. They don't want to do anything. They will look for government job. They will become a policy police constable or something like that and go. That's how it is. Okay?
Yeah, exactly.
It's a bad thing that is happening.
Yeah,
because there are too many people in that band.
Yeah. No, as of now, sir. As of now, we know that one. You see, if you take even Prime Minister Modi and all, there will be so many advisors and so many people will be there around him, and they can even they can plan it also instead about the manpower in India and what is required for the another plan of that is a roadmap for the another 5 years. So like that, they can plan and they can go ahead. I think there it is.
Okay, actually, I'll tell you, about 3 years back, that type of attempt was there. They wanted to do smart grid. I'm talking electrical, smart grid. They want to do non-conventional energy in a big way. All those things they wanted to do. Okay, and there were a lot of plans in Modi's mind. Unfortunately, the corona put him down. Okay, and unfortunately, the Chinese war affected our growth. Okay, affected our growth, and now today, if you I'm assuming the Modi or his group of people are worried about Chinese. See, they have occupied already Pakistan. They have occupied already Ceylon. They are now Bangladesh is not very far off. So if they are going to cover all over, we will be like Israel. I say very soon, we will be like Israel, surrounded by enemies.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk politics. I'm just telling you. So
Yes, no. I understood, sir. Yeah.
He was more bothered about how to make the communication at the front. He laid a lot of roads. They laid a lot of things, etc., etc. And somehow they made the movement of the troops faster. You look at it actually in the Ladakh and the area, the amount of struggle he goes. And we are not a rich country, I say. We are a poor country. 80% or 95% of the people don't pay taxes on time. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And it's everybody wants to cheat the government. And look at it actually. We are importing small toys from China because it's available cheap. We are improving the what is called growth of China. We are not bothered about this. Even this today, our opposition parties are. I'm not talking politics. I'm just telling you they are more bothered about importing Chinese medicine than importing using your biotech. Biotech is in Andhra, Telangana. Biotech vaccine.
Yes, sir.
See, actually, I am proud about biotech because they have really come out with some vaccine which is supposed to be very good. Actually, I'm proud about even DRDO. They have brought out actually that particular medicine will really solve a lot of problems. And today, what we are doing, you take
Bharat Reddy is in charge for that one. Yes, sir.
Very great things are going on, and we are only telling that we are bad or this fellow. Don't bother about it. If you make me get into that, and that is how we are being ruined, Mahesh Garu. Really speaking, educated people are not helping the government to move forward. Actually, that's a mistake. We are at fault.
Yes, sir.
And we get what we want. Okay. And once again, I put a request. If you give me the same audience and
Sure,
same topic, 1.5 hours, 90 minutes, and if they are ready to do it, I will do it, and I will take more questions from every one of them, and I have no problem. And you give me one face-to-face with them, and I'll tell you, your college, the students will be much better. And if you don't do it in third year, you cannot do it in fourth year. Okay?
Definitely, sir. Actually, this session is totally an eye-opener to all the students about whatever the experience that you have shared, sir. Really, it was very fine, sir. Tejaswani, you can just conclude it, ma. Sai Venu.
Yes, sir. It was such an informative, illuminating session. We could actually feel a new kind of, I can definitely say, a cosmic energy filling in my heart, sir. Thank you. As Mahesh sir said, it is definitely an eye-opener for us. We are looking forward to meeting you again, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Tell this to Kalpana Reddy. That's all.
Sure, sir. Definitely, I will convince, sir.
Okay. Very nice of you.
And near future, we will be interacting once again with all the students, sir.
Anytime, 24 hours.
Yes,
Don't disturb me between 10 in the night and 5 in the morning. That's all.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
That's the only time I sleep.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Because nowadays I am not attending classes, because
Yes,
there are classes I used to sleep. Now I cannot sleep in the class.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Enjoy every one of you, I say. Great.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. All the best. Thank you all for giving me such an opportunity. I enjoyed. Nice of you, Sai. Nice of you, Navishri. And nice of all the other people also. Because these two are visible to me always. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
If anyone likes to give their feedback or talk about how illuminating this session was, please go ahead. Unmute yourself and talk.
Sure. Thank you so much for this enlightening section, sir. This session was marvelous, sir. We are very grateful you took the time out of your busy schedule to share your valuable guidance. Please accept our thanks for this.
First, let me talk to you. No busy schedule, nothing. I am available and I will deliver it. Don't use the same formal words. I am not having any busy schedule. This is meant for you and I am meant for you people. Okay? And that's all it is. Tell me. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you so much, sir. We are grateful, sir, for this. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye. Take care.
Also, friends, please fill in the feedback form that is already available in the chat box. It is as Alice Walker said, thank you is the best prayer that anyone could say. So I, on behalf of our institution, would like to thank today's resource person, Professor K. Jairaman sir, of course our principal, Dr. T. Kalpalata Reddy ma'am, principal, SVEC, HODs of Department DCE and AAA, Mr. Dushyant sir, Assistant Professor, Dr. Mahesh, Training and Placement Officer, SVEC Tirupati, coordinators, organizers, technical support team, last but not least, my dear friends. Thank you very much for making this event a grand success. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Have a good evening. May God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.